Hey, welcome back. I'm your host, Crazy Nate, and today we are talking about the news. Random news, not political news, fun news, crazy news. This is The Late Nate Show. Starting off, we have Tom Davis. If you watch my main channel, Crazy Nate, then you might have seen the video I made about Wonka where I mentioned that Mr. Bleacher was my favorite character in the show. Not necessarily the acting skills, which he was a very good actor, but also just like his facial expressions. Tom Davis plays that character. He was born April 27th, 1979. So if you watch this like as soon as I upload it, then it's his birthday. Otherwise, yesterday was his birthday and we missed it. But anyways, happy birthday to Tom. If he sees that, if Tom sees this, I need to go get a lottery ticket, okay? But he played in a lot of stuff like King Gary, The Curse, Murder in Successville. Not only is he an actor though, he's also a writer and a producer. This guy is up and coming. He's in the top 5,000 on IMDb. Pretty good actor. Next, we have Manor Lords. Manor Lords is a newly released medieval strategy game. In my opinion, not the creators. I feel like it's kind of like Age of Empires. Don't say it's like Age of Empires. Okay. It's kind of a building game, but the thing with Age of Empires is you're constantly like building up soldiers and going to war, and it's primarily focused on war with just a little bit of building. This is flipped on its upside down on its side, okay? So this is mostly building and designing with a little bit of battles. Another game that I would kind of compare this to, but not completely, hear me out, is the game Satisfactory. If you've been around a while, I played that with Geekhead and I did a little bit of gameplay on the back end, but I don't know if I've ever uploaded that. Maybe I should upload and show you guys what I built. And one of my complaints about that is like there's really no threat in the game, so it's like you're just focusing on building and you gotta make all these ingredients to build up your empire and stuff. But in my mind, it's like, what's the point? So you build everything up, so what? We need a little bit of action. And it's kind of like in the oldie days of SimCity. Like if you were good enough to build up your city and get all your goals, you got to a point where you're like, turn on the tornadoes, turn on the tsunamis, turn on the wildfires. I'm bored. I need a disaster. I need something to add drama to my life. So I would say Manor Lords kind of hits that right on the head. Now it's also like in the fixing stages, like they're not done. It's like a, what do they call them? A pre-release or whatever. But for like $30, if you're interested in it, I think it's a fun game. I've been fighting the temptation. I might get it. I think I will. If you got it already, tell me what you think about it. Next on the list, we have the Disney Castle Caught Fire. That's right, you heard right. If you follow on TikTok, while it's still illegal, no, legal. The Disney Castle was all over TikTok catching on fire. Well, hate to break it to you, or happy to break it to you. This was actually a false rumor that was created by a couple weirdos that know how to make good animation, or with AI nowadays, maybe they didn't even make it, maybe AI made it. Nonetheless, the castle's still intact, it never caught fire. Next on the list, we have something that's way out of the line of movies and theater and video games, but I thought it was stupid interesting, so I'm stupid telling it to you. We have the Tropicana Casino, which is one of the old school legendary mafia casinos. I need my gangsta hat. Now, if you've been there or you watch YouTube videos, you know the casino is kind of getting run down. They're clearly running out of money or not caring about their money. But finally, after many years, 67 years of operation, they're closing their doors. And I feel sorry for the people that work there because we all look at it as just like it's a disgusting casino, and there's a lot better casinos out there like the Luxor or the MGM. And probably some newer ones I'm not familiar with because I haven't been there in years. But for the people that work there, like you think about it, they've been there like 20, 30, 40 years working the same job. They saw the casino be in its glory days, and it's sad for them. But future plans for the site, though, is they're going to put a Major League Baseball team in that area, which is interesting that Nevada, I was going to say Las Vegas, but I guess it's the whole state. They're going crazy with sports. Like they got the Raiders and they got a baseball team. I'm not much into sports. It's a great time to take a nap. So that's about all I'm going to say about the casino. It's done. They're going to blow it up and then they're going to put a baseball park there. If it were up to me, I would say Circus should have been the one that got blown up. Just saying. It's kind of close to the airport, so I would think maybe one day the airport wants to expand and that land should be used for the airport instead. Just my opinion, because I like airplanes. But yeah, Circus is a dump. They should have bulldozed that. There's plenty of room there, and they should have made that the baseball field. But anyways, even though baseball's dying and football is definitely much more popular in America now, we're still making baseball fields, and the taxpayers are probably paying for it. Next, we have Apple Flicks. Now, this is a new candy that I just came out with, and I'm very proud of it. Sorry if you're hearing the wrapping on the paper. It's Apple Flicks. It's like Apple Jacks, only it's better, and it's like Netflix, only better. The fun candy, freeze-dried, apple flavored. You can get that at Amazon.com or CrazyNate.com. Go check it out. Support the show. These are one of my favorite flavors. I think if I had a guess, I'd say it's better than space popcorn, but I don't know. I haven't eaten as much of this as I have the space popcorn, but it's a pretty good one. And you're helping the show, and you're helping your sweet tooth. So go check that out. Next, we have Tiana's Bayou, the ride over at Disneyland. Now, in case you don't know, Splash Mountain died, and in order to replace that, we have Tiana's Bayou. Now, I know some people are controversial over that, thinking, oh, they shouldn't have shut it down, but you know what? Disneyland is never finished, and Walt Disney himself would always be wanting to upgrade and improve rides, so it's a bittersweet moment. I don't think it's so terrible, but I'm excited to see how the end result happens. And we saw some log rides going down, or the people that can afford to go to Disneyland, they saw some log rides going down without people on it, and then they started dropping them down with like weights and stuff in them, and now you have cast members going down the ride. So they're getting pretty close to being finished, and Disney even launched some of the animatronics of the stuff on the ride, and it is getting so much better than back in the day when Walt was first making his rides. Can't hold that against them though. Technology just advances, but it's just a cool point to point out how realistic it's going to be. And with AI, can you imagine if they get AI and then like you have Tiana sitting there talking to you and she can like instantly analyze everyone, and then everyone's wearing their bands on the ride, so it could like have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi scanning you, and then when you go on the ride, it knows who's on the log ride, and then Tiana looks over and B's like, hi Bob, hi Sarah, or you just got back from Space Mountain. You just got back from Space Mountain. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to think how extreme these rides are going to get in the future. They're already getting pretty cool. But that's what we have right now with Tiana's Bayou. It's going to open soon. It's supposed to open this summer, I thought. Let me check. Yeah, it's supposed to open summer 2024. I'm proud of myself for remembering that. Okay, next on the list, Disney Movie Club is closing. I made a separate video about this, so I'm not going to go into great detail about that here. If you want to go watch it, go click up there. But basically, it's time. It's time. They're dead. They're dying. They sent out their email saying your last monthly offer that you have to respond to. Spoiler alert, I denied it because it's a terrible offer. Especially because right now a lot of stuff are dirt cheap, like 60% off, and even really good movies that you'd pay like 20, 30 bucks for at Target or Walmart. Yeah, right now they're like $5 and $10. So if you have money to spend and you don't want to buy my Apple Flicks, go buy my Apple Flicks. If you don't want to buy the Apple Flicks, available on Amazon and Walmart.com, you can go to Disney Movie Club while it still exists and go get yourself some movies for pretty cheap. So yeah, goodbye Disney Movie Club. It was a lot of fun memories, and we're gonna miss ya. So that concludes the Late Nate Show. Back in the day when Crazy Nate started, it was gonna be a video game show. And not a lot of people want to watch me play video games because I'm not very good at it. I played video games since I was a little tiny kid, probably like 6 or 7. Started off on a Super Nintendo. But anyways, I'm not very good at gaming. I just like gaming. But people didn't like watching that. They liked watching me talk about movies. So Crazy Nate turned into a movie thing. And then the Late Nate Show was going to be like a talk show, like what we're doing right now. This is literally what my second channel was going to be. But then I kind of had that itch for video games. So I threw some video games on there. And I might throw video games on here in the future, even like the one I just mentioned today. I'm tempted to buy that one. Even though it's like in beta mode or whatever they call it now. I'm so out of date with games because I spend all my time researching movies. But I'm tempted to get that one. Anyways, I might still do gameplay on here, but if you like this type of show where I just throw out some random late night show news, let me know in the comments if you like this type of video, and I'll try to make more of them. It is fun to kind of share with you what I find interesting on the internet, and also it's kind of fun to take a break and make easier edits where it doesn't take as much time to make these videos, but it gives me an opportunity to interact with you a little bit more than usual. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you had a good time, and until I see you again, share a smile. They are contagious.